Hi, welcome. My name is Ubi, and this is Echoes of Uncertainty Conversations with Lost Millennials and pretty much everyone else. All right. This is episode one. What does that mean? We're doing it. I think there is this running idea in my household that I have all these ideas and I never act on them, so this is me acting on it. I was on the radio in college and I absolutely loved it. And had I realized those many, many years ago that podcasting was going to be a thing, I would have started this a long time ago with good friends of mine. But here we are. Like I said in my introduction, my name is Ubi. I live in the Pacific Northwest, and I am coming on here to talk about being uncertain and being lost in today's world. And as a mid-30s female, I have a whole range and variety of topics that hit home. Throughout the next 6 to 12 weeks, I hope to have many guests that are friends, that are professionals, that are friends who are professionals, and maybe even folks that aren't friends and maybe aren't professionals, but just can bring a different opinion and ideas to this podcast and echo our different ideas about being lost. Uh, a couple tenets I have about this podcast that I think is just really important to me and really resonates with what I see on the internet and on social media right now is there will be no gatekeeping. Any way I can share information without paywalling, without providing an email, without all of the things that we see on social media today, you got it. As I said, there will be no paywall as much as humanly possible. There's nothing I can't stand more than trying to get information and realizing I need to subscribe to a course. This is not a course. This is a podcast. And I hope that you listen. And last and certainly not least, all opinions are my own unless expressly attributed to others. And I believe in data. If I say things that sound like a number or statistic, I will reference it in my notes, or I'll say it and then reference it in my notes, as I believe in data-driven information. That makes sense. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. So, a little bit about this journey to this podcast is I am currently on sabbatical, on leave from my corporate day job. And I think that many of us feel burnout in all of our jobs, regardless of what it is. And mine was showing up in so many ways. And I think it was obvious to my managers, to my peers, that I wasn't doing well. And after losing four different grandparents between my partner and I this year, it was time for me to take a break. It was time for me to stop. And I will say that over these past weeks I've been off of my current job, I realized I was going 100 miles per hour on an empty tank with flat tires. And I think other people are doing the same thing. And so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I have themes for each episode. I have approximately 12 episodes planned out, and I would like to think that I will record one every week for the next 12-ish weeks, and then publish them for your listening and viewing pleasure. I make myself laugh. That's good. It's good to laugh at yourself. All right. But today's theme is family. And I think, especially going into the holidays, we're going to echo this theme in a few different ways over the next few weeks. But I was chatting with my therapist. We were talking about the definition of family. And my partner and I consider us a family, even though we don't have children together. And I have received feedback in the past that we are not a family until we have a child. And so I was talking to my therapist about how hurtful this is because, like, we have built a life together. And she challenged me. I mean, she agreed, and she challenged me that, do you have to be married to have a family? And I said, no, of course not. And she asked me if I thought a single person was a family. And I said, well, I don't know. I've never really thought about a single person being a family. And the question was brought up, why don't single people have a dignified place in society as their own family? And that hit me hard. And I sat with it and I thought about how I have definitely been subject to the single person not being a family, that you need to couple up, you need to do XYZ thing, or you're the token single person within a larger family structure. It was painful. It was hurtful. It was harmful. And I realized that I have also fallen into this trap of thinking a single person couldn't be a family. And so I wanted this first episode to talk about family, and that even if you don't feel like you have a family, or your family doesn't recognize your family, or whatever the scenario may be, that you can come to this podcast and have family here and echo your uncertainty about said family. And I think it's really important in today's society to know that you can have a little bit of family somewhere, even when you're feeling lost. Because I'm feeling really lost. And I want everyone to feel like they have a dignified place in society. I think that's really important. So you're welcome here, and you're welcome to be lost, and you're welcome to feel uncertain. And yeah, you are welcome. Okay. So I think this very first episode is going to be a lot shorter than I imagined, and we're figuring it out. For next week, I intend to talk about uh, cultural and emotional significance of the holidays, including traditions, family pressures, and commercialism, which I'm actually super excited about. In my travels throughout my life, I absolutely love experiencing different places and how they celebrate the holidays, and especially traveling during the holidays to kind of see traditions in different parts of the world. So I'm really excited to dig into that, and I believe I will have a friend joining us, which will be a fun little treat. So yeah, thank you so much for listening to episode 1 of Echoes of Uncertainty. Again, my name is Ubi, and I look forward to talking to you guys all again. Thanks all. Echoes of Uncertainty is a production of Thrive 35 EP. This is a weekly podcast. Special thanks to Riverside FM.